Hello everyone, I'm Max, and today I'm here to maximize your fear. So far, 2024 has been a year filled with many strange things caught on camera. From weird unidentified creatures to ghosts and to many other unexplainable phenomena. So today I decided to highlight some of the most chilling and downright horrifying things caught on camera this year. So grab your maximum fear coffee mugs and allow your fear to be maximized as we recap the scariest clips of 2024. This deeply disturbing footage from long ago was just released. Even though it was reportedly taken on December 6, 1992, the footage is brand new to us. A man was out skiing through a remote forested area. He brought his video camera along with him. Here is his shocking footage.
It's currently December 6th, and I see some big trees. Holy, you can see his eyes. Fuck. What the hell you got?
He zooms in, and a good distance away behind the trees is a massive, unidentified creature. Its head peeks up from atop the pine tree, revealing a pair of piercing, glowing eyes. The man is surprised and very frightened by the creature and can't believe he's capturing it on camera. This is when it lets out a guttural roar, shaking the skier to the core. The man knew he was in potential danger, so he quickly packed up his stuff and left, leaving the beast be. Because the beastly being is towering over the pine trees, we can tell it's freakishly huge, a type of huge we've never seen before. Commenters were quick to call this a Yeti or Bigfoot sighting, but what do you guys think it is? On March 30th, 2024, a group of explorers called Area Explore investigated a reportedly very haunted house very late at night. As they usually do when they go exploring these haunted locations, they brought with them some ghost hunting devices, along with a bunch of cameras. As they were all sitting alone together in this room, they were asking questions and waiting for a motion detector device to go off. But what happened next was something they weren't prepared for.
Somebody might be coming up here.
The f was that? Whoa. Bro, what the f was that? I just saw somebody. I swear to God, I just saw a fucking shadow walk by.
You see me?
No!
It's hard to see, but if you look closely, you can see a dark, shadowy silhouette fly through the adjacent room. Right before this, they had heard footsteps indicating someone or something was coming up the stairs. But absolutely no one was home. So they aimed the camera into the room, and sure enough, something really was there. Then, right after this, their spirit box device that is used to supposedly talk to spirits says, "You see me," making the encounter so much more convincing. All of this combined with their genuine freaked out reactions, this seems like a very authentic clip. A clip that may have caught a real-life ghost. The house they're exploring is infamous for being haunted, with many others having scary encounters with the supernatural, such as seeing shadowy figures, hearing disembodied voices, and encountering poltergeist activity, like items moving around all on their own. It seems the supernatural claims are all too real, and these guys experienced it firsthand. This extremely terrifying video is freaking the internet out. A man is walking alone through an old, dilapidated church. He walks around and explores it for quite some time until eventually he reaches the sanctuary. He begins to hear some high-pitched noises, and then he sees it.
Hello?
Oh my God! What the f is that?
Sitting there within the pews is a woman draped in a white robe. Her face is excessively pale and something just seems so off about the woman. The man is so deeply unsettled by the unknown presence that he lets out a scream of utter terror. A reaction that would be insanely hard to fake. The real question is, who is this woman and why is she there? Is she a ghost that haunts the remains of the old church, a malevolent spirit that lurks in a spiritual place in the dead of night, or is this somehow an elaborate hoax? Let me know your guys' opinions in the comments down below. Within the last few months, some very strange videos have been popping up all over social media. The videos are of people who bought food in America, like watermelons, bananas, avocados, and chicken. But what usually is ordinary food seems fake and processed and rubbery. It seems like fake food and it's scaring a lot of people. It all started a couple weeks ago when Americans began to notice something off about their watermelon that came from supermarkets.
So I cut watermelon for my kids. I got a rubbery watermelon. The texture is so weird. Like, you gotta bend it so far before it will break.
This woman named Kaiva shows her rubbery watermelon she purchased. It bends weirdly and almost looks doughy, and it takes some effort to break it in half. Now take a look at this guy's similar watermelon experience.
Okay, y'all. I threw this watermelon out over a week ago. It smelled really good. Bought it from Walmart. Cut it open and it was like plastic. Tasting it was absolutely horrible, so I threw it outside. This is a week later. It looks like mud. What's going on?
The weird appearance of the watermelon could possibly be explained by the fact that it sat outside for a week. But the plastic, fake, and bad tasting phenomenon might not be able to be explained. And as I said earlier, this wasn't just happening with watermelon, it began happening with avocados and other food items as well. Take a look at this woman's avocado she purchased from a local supermarket.
There you go.
It's almost doughy and rubbery, just like the watermelon. It almost looks like one of those fake food squishy toys that kids play with. These strange happenings continue on with bananas, blueberries, and even meat.
We got it from the supermarket. When she opens it, breaks it in half, it gets very tough and doesn't really break. And when it pulls, it's like it's glue.
The banana is showing the same signs as the other food items. What the hell is going on with food here in America? I'm no conspiracy theorist, but maybe they're starting to try to create fake, heavily processed foods, maybe even 3D printed foods. Like if you remember that episode of SpongeBob where they started printing Krabby Patties to cut costs and try to make a bunch of money because it was super cost effective. Maybe certain companies are beginning to do this in real life now. It may seem crazy, but there actually are people who already make 3D printed foods. As unappetizing as it may sound, it is a real thing. 3D printed food is made by placing edible resin inside of the 3D printer, instead of its normal printing unedible filament. Here's a video of some guy eating 3D processed meat.
I've got this 3D printed steak that is meaty and fibrous, just like real meat, but 100% vegan. It's got the layers of protein and fat that you would find in meat. I'm not gonna lie, it smells disgusting. That is very, very meaty.
So perhaps big fruit and meat companies thought we wouldn't notice and they began sneaking in some 3D printed fake food products. I don't know, and it seems like we never will know. Taking a look at some chilling CCTV footage coming from inside a local store. A man named Mario was holding his cat and was shopping around. Everything seemed normal as he walked around the store and looked around. This is when, as he's standing there, his finger bends completely backwards. A completely unnatural movement. His finger almost flies backwards, seemingly pulled by an unseen force. He stands there in intense pain, unable to move his finger back to its normal spot. Slowing the footage down, it looks insanely unnatural. There's no way a human would be able to move their finger like this without the help of an external force. Eventually, Mario's finger would return to normal, but I couldn't imagine the pain he was in. Many online viewers took the stance that something paranormal was responsible, pulling his finger back as some evil act towards him. Either some evil ghostly spirit is haunting Mario or the local store itself, and he was just the unlucky victim. Regardless, it's safe to say the footage is downright disturbing, and I hope Mario is okay. The following quick clip comes from a family who lives in a small neighborhood. It was evening when their security camera was set off that faces towards their front driveway. They looked back at their footage and at first they just thought it was a moth or something, but then they looked closer. Looking closer, this doesn't appear to be a moth. It almost looks like a fairy or something. Taking a look at this enhanced still shot here, it's human-shaped with wings. It has a white pale body with long limbs and no recognizable facial features, followed by wings and strange parts sticking out from the sides of its head. Could this somehow just be a very human-looking moth? Or is this a fairy? Many online viewers are calling this a fairy, and they strongly believe it's the real deal. Others are not so sure and just don't know what to make of the strange footage. Obviously, fairies are just supposed to be fictional creatures, but could they really exist? The following deeply chilling encounter recently surfaced on TikTok. A man was filming himself exploring a local cemetery, and this cemetery has a rich history of being haunted, so he wanted to check it out for himself. And it said that going alone is the best way to attract the paranormal. So that's exactly what he did. However, pretty soon after he got there, he began to notice something was stalking him.
What the f was that? What the f was that? What the f was that? I legit just saw a shadow.
First, the being peers its head around a corner and then mysteriously vanishes. He rushes over to where it was and it's completely gone. Despite this, he continues exploring, trying to figure out what was watching him. Eventually, he makes his way down a long path with some sort of memorial at the end. And a dark shadow can be seen crouching down in front of it.
What the hell is that? What the hell is that? It's moving.
It goes unnoticed until it moves and disappears from view. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if I was out there alone exploring this cemetery and I saw this, I would leave immediately. But anyways, the man still doesn't know what this was, but he believes it was some sort of evil presence that haunts the cemetery. I mean, the way it peeks around the corner looking at him in that first shot, and then the way it moves around and somehow disappears in the last shot, that's what it looks like to me. I don't know though. Let me know what you guys think. This creepy encounter comes from a man who was out in a forest. Supposedly, the man who filmed this sees strange, small creatures throughout this forest all the time, and he does his best to document them. This time, he was out exploring a small cave in an attempt to find more of these strange beings, and eventually he would spot one. As he's in the cave, something lurks by the entrance. A small goblin-looking being waddles by. It looks into the cave and spots the man and then flees. Looking closer, it appears the being was wearing a backpack of some sort. So if this isn't a hoax, this is a very intelligent being, considering it somehow made or found a backpack-like device. It really is some puzzling footage. Do you guys really think this forest is home to small, unidentified creatures, or is it a fake? On February 9th, 2024, a private jet would crash onto a Florida highway. Dashcam video from a nearby driver shows the devastating moment. You can see the plane comes down and tries to stay up as long as it can, but it touches down in the middle of the busy highway. The plane hit a truck and an SUV, but all drivers and passengers in those vehicles would survive. There were 5 people aboard the jet, 2 pilots and 3 passengers. Miraculously, all 3 passengers survived. They're even seen running out of the plane to safety in this video. It was reported that the pilots contacted air traffic control saying that they had lost both engines before they crashed. This occurred specifically on I-75 in Naples. The plane was a Bombardier Challenge 600 jet. Not much context surrounds this video, but what we do know is it's bone-chilling. A man began filming because he was hearing bangs on his bathroom door. What happens next will give you nightmares. Violent bangs ring out from behind the door. As the man gets closer, we can make out a grayish woman's face. But as soon as the man opens the door, the face disappears and the knocks disappear as well, revealing a vacant, empty bathroom. Also, taking a look at these screen grabs from when the man was walking up to the door, we can see the woman's face looks demonic and distorted. The photo's qualities are enhanced. Something seems so off about her. And how the hell can you explain the fact that as soon as the man opened the door, there's just nobody there? Just an overall creepy encounter that may keep you awake at night. On July 7th, something very mysterious was caught on camera. This video has been going very viral and has been all over social media, so I figured I'd show you guys. A Dodge Challenger got into a very bad car crash and completely bursted into flames, burning everything inside except one thing sitting on the dashboard.
I see this blew up fireworks and propane, and guess what? It's still living. And this so happened to be July 7th. And today is July 7th. That's crazy.
You can see the entire inside of the car is horribly burnt and in pieces. However, a Bible devotions book open to the day's date was sitting there unburnt on the dash. The edges are charred, but the fire stopped just short of the words, keeping the book completely intact. How could this be? Paper is extremely flammable, so how and why did this not burn like everything else? Some online viewers are believing that this was a sign from God, and the fact that the pages happened to be open for that exact date convinced people even more. So, unlike the other clips in this video about the negative supernatural spirits and the scary and demonic, perhaps this could be one of evidence of the positive supernatural spirits that watch over us and keep us safe on the daily. I just thought this one was interesting and wanted to lighten the mood for the last clip of the video. So I hope you enjoyed this mysterious clip, and I hope you enjoyed all of today's scary footage. Alright, I think that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did enjoy, go ahead and smash the like buttons, mom. Let's aim for 2,000 likes for another one of these scary, caught-on-camera videos. And if you want to get to know me more, you want to see more of my spooky content, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram, MaxwellFear, or you can go ahead and follow me on TikTok, MaximumFearYT. And be sure to subscribe to the channel because only 14% of you guys who watch my videos are subscribed. And be sure to hit that bell as well so you don't miss when I upload. And also feel free to check out my special Maximum Fear merchandise and coffee mugs. They're in the description down below. And also feel free to check out my brand new second channel, More Maximum Fear, where I post other content. Alright, I hope your fear was maximized. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.